Ongoing maintenance. You know, this is the bit that once you've done it, don't sit back and give yourself a pat on the back and go, I've done it, don't need to do anything else. Regular in-system inspections, plant maintenance, record keeping. That's important nowadays, isn't it? We've always got to keep our records. Inclusion of the fire risk assessment. You know, you should be having these done. You've got to have them done. So, you know, it's all part of it. You know, on the regular systems inspections, if it's bathroom and toilet extract, I would say 1 to 2 years. If it's extract from kitchens, they're supposed to be done on a yearly basis. In commercial properties, domestic slightly different. There's no, but I think if you put in a lot of grease, you know, we do come across. We were saying that some of the dwellings aren't what they were intended for. We've come across people who are actually using them as catering establishments to cook hundreds of different types of meals up and sell them on to whoever. So the amount of grease they're going up their one duct is phenomenal. So that may need to be looked at on a yearly basis to make sure there's no excess grease in the systems. But it's all a balancing act, isn't it? You've got other things you've got to do, but we can come and advise and then you make the decisions. You know, we're only here to help try and solve some of the problems. We have the answers. It's whether or not you've got the money and the budgets now. It might be that you have to look at prioritising and doing some this year, next year, whatever. But all companies like us will offer you the same. Right, Swiftclean's Guide to Good Practice, Social Housing, Communal Ventilation Systems is what Ed and Gary have put together, and it is a fantastic document. Is it the first draft, Gary? Yes. First draft, so there may be some changes when we start working in practice. But we feel, and we've shown it to a lot of people now, that it will be taken on board for specifications and for boroughs and M&E companies, FMs, when they put out a tender, whether it be closed bid or open, that this is the specification that, and guide that all your people quoting for it should be working to. So, the benefits. Coordinated and comprehensive assessment. So you could get all of them done in once. You might even find the companies that are doing the risk assessments can do the safety and combine it, or you might just come to companies like us and say, well, we've got our fire risk assessment in place. I just want you to come and have a look at what we've got for the ventilation, and then we can go from there. Optimise the system's performance. Obviously, that's going to benefit the whole building. Document evidence of safety improvements. Again, it's covering yourselves, isn't it? You're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing for these decent home projects. Longer term benefits to the building structure. You know, if a building's got a lot of damp and toxic mould in there, it's no good for the infrastructure. If it's being vented properly, the less likelihood of that building up. You're still going to get a few problems because there's always inherent problems in buildings of that age, but it will just help the infrastructure of the building. And safer living conditions for the residents. You know, we can't forget about it. I know we're talking business and commercial, but it is someone who lives in, you know, these buildings that should be, you know, entitled to a ventilated system. They haven't got the luxury of all these windows that can open up in the bathrooms because of the situation of the tower block. So they've got to have some fresh air being pulled through. Thank you all for coming, and I'll hand you back to Gary Nichols.